Time now for another deep dish, and we're joined at the table with Rhymefest. You excited to dive on in here, Rhymefest?
Come on, man, let's get in it.
All right. So,
I like deep dish.
all right, there we go. So for kids, a visit from a beloved grandparent usually starts with a warm greeting that, of course, can include some kisses. Well, an Australian program is trying to curb some of that by introducing the respectful relationship, is what they call it. It's an educational model meant to emphasize consent, and that does include kisses from grandma. So used as a child-friendly example, kids are told that, you know, if you want Nana's smooch, that Nana should ask for it or offer a high five instead, or maybe a hug. So do you guys agree? Are these boundaries important, or is this going too far? Rhymefest?
We have to use discernment. I mean, it's one thing when we say grandma, and it's another thing when you say Uncle Billy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, and I think the problem we have is too many hard rules one way or the other. Parents should be intelligent enough to know who is who, when is when, what is what. You know, grandma's candy sometimes is old and stale, and so you don't want your kids always eating out of the candy bowl, you know?
Right.
But other times, you know, kids too can be like, well, she looks like Tales from the Crypt. Like a child doesn't understand age.
You're not talking about your grandma, right?
Not my grandma.
No, she's
You love
still
your
here.
grandma.
So.
My grandma looks like she's 45. But I'm talking about your grandma.
Yeah.
Sometimes kids don't understand what age looks like and may be afraid. So I just think parents have to be better at being teachers and not just authoritarians.
Right, that makes sense.
I guess I feel like like you said, there's not a one-way hard rule. It depends on so much. It depends on the child. It depends on the family. I know for myself, I come from a very affectionate family. My husband, not so much. But I think it's important that you teach children coming up from a young age how to express love, how to express their feelings. And if there is a feeling that they feel uncomfortable, then I think that's something that you have to teach children how to get that out, but also you have to teach them, well, what is appropriate and what's not appropriate. And I think that takes a lot of listening and a lot of paying attention and intuition from adults as well.
See, that's why I think this is a good thing. I honestly think that just teaching the lesson of consent, I think for the most part, kids are going to be okay with a kiss from grandma. But look, there's a lot of studies out there, not to take this to a deeper or a darker place, but unfortunately the reality...
Well, let's go.
Well, let's go. The reality is, unfortunately, those kids where maybe those boundaries are a little bit looser and things go a little too far, a lot of times it's with family members. So, and of course, 99.99% of grandparents are as loving as can be. But if you can at least empower that young kid the opportunity to know that it is okay to say no, even to loved ones, to let them know that that's a possibility, that it is their choice, and that they can be comfortable with saying no, or at least kind of offering an alternative. I think that's a good thing to set up for them for life.
It's a really positive thing, like you said, to set them up for life, to learn how to say no or express when something makes them uncomfortable, because sometimes growing up, you don't know how to do that. And when you get into those teenage years, you're definitely going to need to learn how to do that stuff.
No,
go ahead.
No, you're right. And loved ones have to know how to take no from the child,
and not be offended.
And not be offended.
Adults feel like they have full autonomy over children, and that's a problem. Like, we have to respect young people, little people.
Yeah, they're little people.
Adults.
I know, and I'm an auntie too, and so I love a little baby. I love squishing their cheeks and giving them kisses, but I would also definitely respect it if one of my friends or family members said, "Oh, please, they don't hug them or don't kiss them." I would say, "Oh, okay, no problem." You know, no one wants to be hugged if they don't want to.
Auntie Carly, it's just too much all the time.
I'm laying it on
I'm gonna hold it back.
We say that at the table all the time. Auntie Carly, too much. Come on, girl.
Before we go, though, Rhymefest, you're the father of a daughter. What do you tell your little girl?
Well, especially because my little girl she's 11 now, and she's getting older, and she doesn't always want me kissing on her and hugging her, and I just grab her like she's 3, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Daddy, please." And it's difficult for me because I love her so much, and she's so cute, and I just want to hold her all the time. Yeah, but she's getting older now, and I have to give her space, and it's one of the hardest, most challenging things I've ever had to do.
I can see the heartbreak in your eye as you say that. You're almost tearing up. Even stronger now. Yes. Look at that. It's gonna be okay. She'll always be your little girl.
Thank you so much.
I need another baby now. If you're out there, you'd like to help me have another baby.
Rhymefest!
You heard
We're gonna get some messages after that.